Okay, Nick, let's roll it back to Wednesday. BYU Utah, certainly a tough loss in overtime there, but let's start with Yoli Child. So first game back, he's missed 9. And, of course, you wanted him to take a 3. And, of course, the plan was to make the first 3 threes, right?
Yeah, he was really excited about the opportunity to get back on the court. And for it to be against Utah was really special for him. And, he came out with a lot of confidence, as well as the rest of our guys. And we got off to a great start. This first clip, we see that we wanted to get good ball movement, right, throughout the night. We felt like we got that. Want to take a look at Yoli in the post. They guarded it pretty well, right? Jake's been really good off of ball screens. And we run this back a little bit. Yoli's been doing a good job of really trying to be on balance, right, with his catches, with his shots from the perimeter. And we see he gets that, and the first one went down for him.
And he scores 11 points in a hurry. He ends up with 29. I mean, that was an incredible performance. Obviously cramps up, and hope that he continues to be okay throughout the season. But that was a wild performance, and he leaves the game, and things kind of change after that. But 29 in limited minutes was unbelievable.
Yeah, and I think he would attest to this as well, that, the emphasis that, Coach Pope has had with all of our guys is to move the ball and find the right shot. And the way Utah was playing him initially, allowed him to find the right shot, and he made those. So, every single game we want to find the right shot, and, guys made the simple plays off the ball, and, Yoli was able to get out to a great start.
Okay, this next play, with 3:41 left, Connor Harding hits a big 3 to go up 4. Yoli Child's out of the game at this point. TJ Haas is still in the game. The lead has kind of been lost, but this is a big shot to keep the lead.
Yeah, Utah had made a little bit of a push, and again, right, we wanted to try to get, the ball moving from side to side, right? Dalton does a good job of changing sides of the floor. We get a good back cut action, right? Ball screen, which gets us into the mismatch, right? We take advantage of that, right? They decide to trap, and Dalton makes the simple play. Connor does a great job of finishing this, and that was a big moment for us.
He's been really good shooting the ball, too. Last year he wasn't bad, but he's gone up a notch. What's gone into that for Connor Harding?
Yeah, I think he's really emphasized, what Coach has been asking him to do in terms of finishing and owning every single shot. And, in big moments, but throughout the game, he's been very aggressive, right? And he's been taking open shots, which makes it a little bit easier.
That does help, and a nice find by Dalton Nixon. Okay, this next play, Rylan Jones, huge shot. Alex Barcelos made 2 free throws to push it up to 3. There's under 30 to go. And Utah gets in a situation where they find the best shooter on the floor.
Yeah. No, we came out, right, and we do a pretty good job of high hands. But if you run that back a little bit, right, we're up, right, 3. At this point, our rotation gets a little deep, right? Zach on the back side, maybe would like to keep him on the high side, right? But at this point, freeze, right? We also, right, try to emphasize protect in the middle. And although we're in rotations, right, Alex, right, maybe we could get a little bit of a hand in this passing lane to slow it down. But we've got 2 guys flying at a guy who's been shooting 60%, right, or who was shooting 60% in his last 5 games, and he makes a big one.
And even after this shot, BYU has the ball. It's a tie game. This is a little different, or similar, I guess, to Boise State, similar situation. Houston, BYU was down 1. So this is a third potential game-winning buzzer-beater situation now. And Alex Barcelo has the ball. Was this the intent to get the 1-5 switch here and get him in that situation?
Yeah, we got to the timeout, and we felt like if we could get the 1-5 switch, we could get downhill, which we do in this situation. Right now, maybe a little bit more movement on the weak side, but we get a good cut from Connor. Alex gets in the paint, right, and he actually manages to stay down, and it's a tough shot. It went in versus Houston, right? It didn't go in this time around.
But you got the shot you wanted at this point. And it's been interesting, 2 overtime games and 3 down to the wire. Are you getting used to these situations, I guess, as a staff with this group?
I'm not sure we're getting used to it, but, the lineup here is a little bit different than maybe what we would expect at the end of a game. So we'd like to have maybe a little bit more, right, solid lineup at the tail end, maybe, those that we kind of start with as opposed to some mismatch and mixed up lineups. But overall, we're definitely learning from each of the situations, whether we won or lost. And we've got to continue to get better in these situations as time moves forward, because we anticipate that we're going to be in them again.
and you could say, hey, just move back to half court, right, for a buzzer beater?
That's
where you hit yours,
an
right?
option. And in shoot around, our guys, they'll hit some half quarters, right, as part of that. But no, we want to continue to get better, right, in all aspects, especially late in games when we're looking to protect the lead, and whether that's making the right defensive plays, or making great offensive plays.
Well, thanks for taking a few minutes to break down these plays. I know this was a tough loss, but good luck against Nevada tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.